Welcome back to the channel. Today we got Taylor Swift, the Eras Tour, the man, live in Dublin. And just looking at that crowd right now out in Dublin, that massive crowd is it's jaw dropping. All that energy in one place. It's just there's no words for that. I can't even explain. Like imagine how I always think like imagine how Taylor feel up there, just being surrounded by so many of her Swifties, anybody who's a musician, to get on stage and that you don't even have to if you don't want to, you don't even got to say it word for word because your fans are already gonna do it. Incredible feeling. But with that being said, we in the year of the dragon over here. There we go. So we're smoking all my dragons, divine, righteous, almighty, great, overachieving, never slacking. And shout out to all my Swifties. We about to hop right into this. Original link will be in the description. The uploader, JG Murray. Shout out to him. And we're gonna go ahead and dive right into this.
That was wild. That just made me feel amazing.
And this is real as it gets as far as like a fan view. Because you feel like you there. It's not like nothing edited or anything like that.
You know what? You guys are making me feel so good that I think it's actually gone straight to my head. Like, you have me feeling very, very powerful. I mean, you're making me feel like tonight I get to play a sold out show in Dublin on a Friday night. I guess what I'm trying to say is you're making me feel like a man. It's something I feel before I found someone to commit to. And that would be okay for me to do. Every conquest I had made with me before I lost to you. I couldn't be this leader. I can appetize. Everyone believes ya. What's that like? I'm so sick of running as fast as I can. Want you like this, with flowers I'm making. And I'm so sick of them coming at me again. So flowers are thin, and I'll be the man. I'll be the man. I'll be the man. So, what it would work? People are shaking their heads and question how much of this I deserve. But I swear if I was rude, could only separated from my good ideas and power moves. And they would toast to me up, let the players play. I'm just like Leo, inside your bed. I'm so sick of running as fast as I can. Want you like this, let's bring the flowers and making. And I'm so sick of them coming at me again. So if I was a man, then I'd be the man.
it really does blow my mind how they do those stages like that. Like right here, they did the whole corporate vibe where she was, acting like a man. But we're gonna dive deeper into the meaning. Actually, before we get to that, let me talk a little bit about the video, though. Seeing it from a fan perspective, like I said, without all the editing, without all the extra, just chopping and screwing, and you really get more of a vibe like you're there. And I think that's, it's incredible to be able to live in a time where we're even able to just log on YouTube and see any perspective we want. We can go to a fan cam, we can go to a super edited video, a mini doc, a long doc. I mean, we're pretty privileged, in a lot of ways. When it comes to technology, when it comes to being exposed to different things, we have the world at our hands, and that's just the truth. If you're a fan of someone, if you're a Swifty, I mean, there's a variety of different videos to just dibble and dabble into. But yeah, as far as this, you just, even in the beginning, you see her fan base, you really see what they look like. You see the diversity there of just so much different, majority women from other backgrounds that you could tell they're just so happy, all recording like, yes, I'm at a Taylor Swift concert. I mean, you seeing some cowgirl hats, cowboy hats. Like you seeing just, it's just such a diversity of different women in her crowd.
Very powerful.
That was a little ritual she did right there with the mantras, the hand mantras. I am very powerful.
I get to play a sold out show in Dublin on a Friday night.
Incredible. As far as just the setup, I'm like a visual kind of person. Most men, we usually are more so visual creatures. But even when I worked in retail, at Macy's, like I was the one people were coming to, like, oh, how should we set this up? How can we do that? How can we do that? And just like I just have a vision for things. I just love the way that this is set up. I do. Just that extra effort, into like you got the typewriter, you got the lamp, you got the it gives you more so that feeling like you're watching a music video, and I think that's pretty incredible. It's like if you're gonna perform, perform. If you're gonna perform, make it matter. Go all the way to Dublin. Come on, and that's what she did here. And when she puts on that pink, it's that pink microphone with the pink jacket. It honestly just reminds me of like when you see like commercials or in TV shows, like those young girls that they I want to be a singer when I grow up. Like this would be like the perfect symbol for that. This is what I would expect them to be envisioning when they throw on the pink sparkly stuff and the pink microphone. She got the sass, the sassiness to her.
I guess what I'm trying to say is you're making me feel like a man. It's something I feel before I found someone to connect to. And that would be okay for me to do. Every conquest I had made within me more of a boss to you. At the end of this later.
And you hear that crowd. I mean, they just know all the lyrics. So, as far as the man, it says it's a commentary on gender inequality and the double standards women face in society. So let me go ahead and pull up some of the lyrics so we could so okay, I would be complex, I would be cool. They'd say I played the field before I found someone to commit to, and that would be okay for me to do. Every conquest I had made would make me more of a boss to you. I'd be a fearless leader, I'd be an alpha type. When everyone believes you, what's that like? I'm so sick of running as fast as I can, wondering if I'd get there quicker if I was a man. And I'm so sick of them coming at me again. Because if I was a man, then I'd be the man. I'd be the man. I'd be the man. They say I hustled, put in the work. They wouldn't shake their heads and question how much of this I deserve. What I was wearing, if I was rude, could all be separated from my good ideas and power moves. All right. I feel like it's a lot of me speaking as a man. I feel like a lot of us we don't like to listen. We don't. We don't. For the most part, a lot of us don't. We got to be honest, guys. For my men out there that may see this video, we're built. We're different. We're different species. Like men, we're built to what's the rule set? What's the mission? Okay, that's the mission. Okay, that's your job. This is my job. I'm doing what I got to do. No more questions asked. That's how we are, and we don't like to be kind of broken out of that mindset. Um, Women are a lot more emotional, a lot more, like open minded, and that's a beautiful thing. It's because they're directly connected to. It's a reason the ancients called it Mother Earth, right? It's a reason that women's cycles are like match up with what happens in the star systems and on the planet. Like when you look at their period cycles and then the number 13, and it's so much that you'd have to research to really understand how powerful women really are and why they have been crucified, demonized throughout history and the witch trials and this and that. Very, very powerful, extremely powerful. I mean, it's an understatement, right? I always give my credit to women. So with that being said, in an industry that's already built a certain way, um, where it's like I'm sure the majority that's in power are men, right? So in an industry like that, when you coming up, and I'm sure it could be very, very. People could look at it like almost like how dare you? Like you have the audacity as a woman to think that you can tell me what to do or tell me how to run things. Because there's always kind of that feeling, especially in the society we live in, that's based off of the men always being the head, right? Um, and I'm not saying like it should be a balance because us men being logical, we need that in order to deal with the world we live in, right? And not to say women can't be logical. Women are incredible. Women are geniuses. But once again, their hearts will be a lot more open. They'll be a lot more emotional than men tend to be. And in the world we live in, that can get us in trouble, right? Which is listen, and what I'm saying, and the world is changing. Every day. This is why it's everything's so hectic and chaotic right now because we are going through a shift. We are going through a change. But it's like when I look at past societies, um, look at in Nubia, there was this Nubian queen, which is in southern Africa, way back. I mean, when you look at these rulers that ruled in like what we call Africa, I mean, incredible. Even rulers on like there's just so much we don't know, and they were queens, queens that just so that right there that ruled empires. So that right there goes to show like that the woman can rule from a logical standpoint too. Um, but in the Western society in this world, whew, it's a bigger fight for them. It's going to be a way bigger fight because that's not the way of the America. The way of America, right, is men give the call. Men tell you can be a certain position, but at the head, they want men. That's the way America was set up, right? If so if you are a successful woman, Of course, there's going to be a lot of guys that are going to be like, well, how did she get there? Because a lot of guys have been in positions where they take they abuse their power, and so they're like, how did she get there? What did she do to get there? I didn't say we. Who sanctioned that? Because in their mind, their women are inferior. Welcome, welcome to the, the world. It's not just the Western world either. Definitely not just the Western world. Actually, it's pretty much all over right now. But men, not just in the Western world, but all over the place. Yeah, they wanted to take that power. They wanted to rule, but things are changing, right? So when you listen to this Taylor Swift song, I mean, I could dive deeper and deeper. I'm so sick of running fast as I can, wondering if I'd get there quicker if I was a man. That right there. It's frustrating. It's got to be frustrating. To feel like, damn, I'm putting in the same amount of work, but I'm not. I'm crazy. I do my best to just try to understand people. What it's like to brag about raking in dollars and getting B words and models, and it's all good if you're bad, and it's okay if you're mad. If I was out flashing my dollars, I'd be a B word, not a baller. They paint me out to be bad, so it's okay that I'm mad. To be honest with you, I really understand those lyrics because I men have been doing rappers, especially, and I even heard country singers like they say some things where I'm like, okay, if a woman were to say that, which now we live in a time where a lot of women that rap, especially, say certain things where I'm just like so turned off. So it's like I get it. It's like, nah, you know what? I'm just not with that vibe. Let's not make it about raking in money and how much of the opposite sex that we can attract. Uh, because it could get very repulsive, and that I see that a lot in music, a lot more than I'd like. But then it becomes like also it's like the females that couldn't felt like they couldn't rise up before, now they got something to prove. So then it's like, oh, it becomes a big mess. So what a song! What a song! What a performance! With that being said, that was Taylor Swift, the Eras Tour, the Man live in Dublin. Let me give another shout out to JG Murray for uploading this video. Like I said earlier, original link will be in the description. And if you enjoyed this, definitely don't hesitate to hit that like, that subscribe, or that notification bell for more. And I will see you all soon. Much love.